Hi, I'm Lance McDonald, and I'm going to talk about the Timbers. Just to let you know a little bit about myself, I come from the Portland area, born and raised in Milwaukee, Oregon. Went to Milwaukee High School, played varsity soccer, and I have been a fan of the Portland Timbers for about as long as it's been possible for me to be a fan of the Portland Timbers. This is actually a poster that I got from my first ever Timbers game. It's 2001 Portland Timbers USL A-League. That's really old. I mean, as far as USL professional soccer is concerned. Anyways, the Timbers. So they started off the season a little bit rocky, but they were without Diego Valeri and Will Johnson, who both were recovering from injuries. Now, in the last 4 or 5 games, aside from last night against LA, the Timbers were doing amazing. 4 straight wins in league matches, including a 5th win in the US Open Cup against the Seattle Sounders, which I might add was a little embarrassing for the Sounders. So the question is, how are they doing it? Well, there's a few key factors that are finally starting to mesh for the Timbers. First of all, the back line. Nat Borchers and my boy Liam Ridgewell are rocking it on the back line. They've posted 3 shutouts in those 4 league matches, which is incredible for the Timbers especially, who've really struggled to keep other teams off the scoreboard. Now, the Timbers' defense isn't the only thing to make mention of. Of course, you can't win games without scoring goals, and what's been happening up front for the Timbers is pretty impressive. Now, for the past season or so, we've been relying a lot on our attacking midfield for our playmaking opportunities, specifically Diego Valeri. He came into the team and he totally changed the way that we approach our attack. But without Diego Valeri in the picture from the beginning of the season, and now because of some smaller injuries, our guys up front have really had to step up. Specifically Adi, Fernandez, and Urruti. We're finally starting to see these big-time playmakers start to get some chemistry going together. We've been watching them play for a while now, and finally it seems like the passing, the run of play, the beauty of the game is starting to come out in our attack. And that's something really exciting to watch. Another thing I'd like to talk about is Darlington Nagbe. I have loved this guy ever since we got him, and he does amazing things for our team. A lot of people are saying, hey, why isn't he taking more shots? Why isn't he getting on the board more? And I don't know if I really necessarily want him to be more selfish. Yeah, sure, maybe a little bit, but overall, I feel like Darlington Nagbe is doing exactly what he needs to do. He's distributing the ball beautifully, he disrupts the midfield, and he gets teams on their heels, and that's what eventually leads to goal-scoring opportunities. I don't know what else I can say. Darlington Nagbe does everything I love to see in a player. Just to wrap things up, I feel like the Timbers are headed in a really great direction. Things are starting to come together for the team, they're starting to take shape, and it's looking really good, despite what we saw last night in Los Angeles. If they can move past that devastating loss and just look towards the future, look towards Seattle, and keep doing the same things that they've been doing and start incorporating Diego Valeri and Will Johnson hopefully back into that lineup, we can start seeing some really amazing things going down the line. MLS in the West is playing out very nicely. The Timbers, Vancouver Whitecaps, and Seattle Sounders are all near the top of the bracket, which means that Cascadia rivalry is going to mean even more this year. Hopefully that all shapes out and looks really good in the end. I'm super excited for this story. It's going to be awesome.